Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dating is Hard podcast. I'm your host, Joe Welkie. If you want to know more about the show, go to datingishardcomedy.com. You can follow the Instagram, Dating is Hard Comedy. You can follow me on Instagram, at Joe Welkie. This is a podcast that's all about dating and relationships and all that stuff. And, there's also a live show. So that is every fourth Wednesday at Pack Theater at 9:30, and it's a by donation theater, so if you got extra money to throw the theater's way, it goes a long way of helping the theater, stay open and put on great shows like Dating is Hard. And if you don't have any extra money, you know what? Guess what? You're still allowed to come to the show and enjoy the blast that it is. So this podcast, what generally happens is I have people on who I've met through dating apps, and I've created profiles where I put like, hey, I'm just looking for people to come on my podcast and tell crazy stories about their dating history, like crazy people they met off of dating apps or like bad first dates, etc., successes even, But I've got some special guests coming on to these episodes, and they're all from this reality dating show that I did called Flex on My Ex. And today we actually have the winner of Flex on My Ex on the show. This dude is absolutely awesome. He's hilarious and has a lot of good points and good vibes to promote. You can follow him on Instagram at EZMoney with 2 Y's. So let's get into the show. This is my chat with Flex on My Ex, episode 5 winner, Easy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dating is Hard podcast. This is Joe. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know a little bit about how the show works. What I normally do is I have dating app profiles where I'm like looking for people to come on the podcast, tell their story, share their opinions, and all the wacky shit that they get into on dating apps and all the weird shit that they see. But today is a little different. It's part of a little like series I guess I have going on now with people that I did this MTV reality show called Flex on My Ex. And today I have one of my fellow contestants on the show. He's a good dude. I'm really stoked to have him on the show. Please welcome to the show, Easy. What's up, man? Thanks for doing this.
Hey. Thank you for having me, Joe.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Fucking stoked that you're here, man. You were like the person that I vibed with the most on that show. I was just like, yeah, this dude fucking...
Not your ex.
Right? Yeah. Well, obviously. Yeah. No, she's great. But yeah, we were on Flex on My Ex, and if this is like your first time listening or whatever, you don't know what the show is like me, Easy, and another dude named Victor were on the show.
Slichter, you mean?
Slichter Victor.
Slichter Victor.
We were on the show.
It was Easy, Slichter Victor, and Joe.
Yeah. So I was like, man, all these fucking people have the dopest names. And I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Joe. And it went up, too, because I was the first person and everything. Yes. So it was like, hey, what's up? I'm Joe. And then it was you. And it was like, hey, I'm Easy. And it was like, what's up? I'm Slichter Victor. Like,
yeah. Bro, it really did.
Are you kidding me? Like, I just get topped immediately.
I mean, you were the tallest. It went from, like, tallest to shortest as well.
And then lamest name to coolest name.
Lamest name to coolest name, yeah. Whitest to blackest.
Yeah, it was that, yeah.
It was like, it was planned somehow. It all worked out.
It legit was that. But the show was me, Easy, and Slichter Victor were like competing for the love of this lady named Morgan, who was on the show, a previous podcast. And our exes sat behind us and like tried to cock block us, basically.
Basically, that's what it was called.
Or I don't know. I feel like
they all kind of helped us, kind of, right?
Yeah, nobody was really mean.
They're very honest.
They were all honest or whatever. But you fucking revealed to me a little secret about the show.
Yes.
That blew my mind. Blew Morgan's mind when I told her.
Oh, really? She didn't know? You told her?
She didn't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're the one that told me that I was the only person on there that had actually dated my ex.
Yeah, it was basically Flex on My Ex, but you were the only one with an actual ex.
Yeah, I was like,
everyone else was Hollywood mode.
I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious, dude? And you're like, oh yeah, you didn't know?
Yeah.
Like, no, I didn't. I brought my actual ex-girlfriend.
No, you did it. You played it by the rules.
Yeah,
you
man.
did it how you were supposed to. Amber told me about it because Amber's a friend of mine. That was who was my ex, and I was like, we just gotta play like I'm your ex. I'm like, yeah, sure. I thought the show was gonna be different.
Yeah.
I thought that they were the ones trying to date a guy, and we were just gonna be the ex.
Oh, and we were
like,
the
I thought we were
cockblockers.
like, yeah, exactly. So I was ready for that. I didn't realize it was like a competition for the boys
Yeah.
to get a girl. So I was like, oh, this is a twist. So we're like the protagonists here.
Yeah.
Kind of. We're like the ones. So it was cool.
So you
But
found
yeah.
out about it through Amber.
Yeah, Amber's the one who told me about it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I found out Slichter and Meg were, they're kind of, they both, he had like an agent that like connected him with Meg, and like they met the day before or like the day of or something. And
To
then
get like their story straight.
yeah,
or
to
some
get their story straight. So like their story was awesome too. This is like the behind the scenes of Hollywood
shit? Yeah, behind the
shows.
scenes of reality TV.
Reality
It's not
TV.
all what it seems.
It's
everybody.
not real. It's so not real.
Yeah, and I also told Liv that too, and she was like, "What the fuck? That
Yeah.
makes this show so much more awkward."
Yeah, because you guys were like, yeah, Liv, that's so Liv of her.
Yeah.
It's awkward. But you guys were legit, and you know, although I do feel like the story straight, it was all like true in a way. Like, you know, like she wasn't making things up. Besides, like, you know, like
That you were
that we
in a
had sex or
relationship or
something.
whatever,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because well, one of the big fucking awkward parts of the show is we had to perform a lap dance on our ex.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Liv was just cringing like
Yeah.
crazy. She was just cringing. But then when I told her that like nobody else except for us dated, she was
Yeah.
like, well, that lap dance is just the most awkward fucking thing in the whole world now.
No
It's like you
question.
had to do a lap dance on just like your friend, right?
Yeah. I mean, at least ex-girlfriend is definitely, I think, would be more awkward probably.
You think?
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, you guys are more comfortable. I don't know. The Slichter dance was hilarious, too. 'Cause I still have that in my mind. You guys, when
Dude.
this show comes out, like, everyone has to see this because it's actually freaking hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny. Like, we were giving lap dances, which is a very awkward predicament for a guy to give a girl a lap dance. I prefer to get a lap dance. I
Yeah.
don't like to give it.
Yeah.
So it was very weird for us. So, but Slichter, he shifted gears. He's just, he really picked her up and started like.
He picked her up, he sat down and just started like fuck her from beneath and
Yes.
shit. I was like, bro.
It was like he had her on cowgirl. Like he's just like, yeah, this is my type of lap dance. I was like, okay. He just
Yeah.
like took his shirt off. I don't know. You guys have to see it. But it was funny because they actually asked me after to stay behind.
Mm-hmm.
The producer asked me. I forgot his name.
Robert.
No, it wasn't.
Ronlo
It
or
wasn't the
whatever?
directors. It was like the guy who worked for MTV. Remember the guy who interviewed us in the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Antoine Walker?
No, not him. That was the manager, but that was a
Somebody.
production
Some
manager. Yeah,
producer.
some producer that was just sitting with us
Yeah.
talking. He asked me to stay behind, and he was like, "Okay, we're gonna recreate the lap dance."
What?
Me, Morgan, and Amber. Since can I spoil it?
Hey, go for it. Yeah.
Since I won.
Yeah, fuck you.
So I won Morgan's heart, but you're the one who had her on your
Dude,
podcast. I
my
haven't
first
hung out with
question
her
for Morgan, I was like, welcome to the show, Morgan. First question for you, what the fuck?
yet. You didn't fucking choose me. That's hilarious. I definitely want to listen to that as soon as I get the chance. But yeah. So he asked me to stay behind, and they were taking like, I guess he said that they were taking pictures for the thumbnail.
Oh.
So like
okay.
he made me take my shirt off and like do like modeling pictures where I'm doing like lap dances but holding on to Morgan. You know, just like it was very weird and strange.
That's
it was
even
uncomfortable.
more awkward.
It was even more awkward because I had to hold it. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, take your shirt off. We want to see
held
your
it-
abs.
Held it there for like 3 seconds. Flex.
Yeah, literally. So I was just like, so it was so funny because for Randy, the assistant director, he was just like, wait, what are you guys doing? Like from far away, he's like, what's going on here? Because like, this is like taking stills of me like with my shirt off, like in between two girls. At least it was girls, you know?
Yeah.
So I wasn't complaining too much. But so, and then.
Morgan,
Yeah,
super hot.
Morgan was hot, yes. Morgan, good energy. I like Morgan. And yeah, so then it was like weird. And then I was like, oh, we're just doing pictures for the thumbnail. And then Ferrandy was like, oh, is that what he told you? Because the guy was Not the
It's
straightest.
like, that guy doesn't even work here.
Yeah, he's like, wait, does that guy work here? He's just taking photos of you with your shirt off. He's like, yeah, I want to see your abs. Yeah. Turn to the light a little bit. I was like, all right, well, this is Hollywood.
Well, yeah, what I was saying to Morgan was like, what sucked for me is I had to go first on everything.
Yeah,
so
true.
you guys like just automatically had the advantage to top me. It was like
You set the bar.
yeah, it was, and well, also what sucked is like I explained on that like the last one with Morgan is that like during the pre-recording of the show, they give you a rundown about like what's going on and all that shit, and so I was like, hey, I'm Joe. It was like, go and introduce yourself, how you would introduce yourself for the show. And I was like, hey, what's up, I'm Joe. I'm a comedian. I'm an aerialist. I just started pole dancing, too. And they were like, okay, you can't say that you're a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, let's lean into that pole dance.
That is very interesting. I mean,
it's an interesting hobby, for sure.
Yeah.
But then, as soon as like we start filming, I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Joe. I'm an aerialist and a pole dancer. Everyone's like, oh, damn, Joe's a pole dancer? You're going to give the best lap dance. It's like, meanwhile, I've done like 3 pole dance classes.
yeah, so there was no pole.
There was no pole, number 1.
You can't dance with no
Number
pole.
2, I have like a very, very unwilling participant and Liv just cringing.
She was literally cringing before you even started.
Well, you're also tall, right?
Yeah,
How tall are you?
6'1".
Yeah, so that studio was also
It was tiny.
And so I'm just like
It was so
stepping
tiny.
on people while I'm doing this lap dance. It's fucking awful,
Dude,
man.
yeah, you're like 6'4", right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know how you did the worm.
I'm very good in tight spaces. Shout out, ladies. Okay, but I did a grind on me thing.
Yeah.
The host kind of liked it. I feel like she was like,
Jazzy,
I like that part.
man.
Jazzy. I like
I
Jazzy.
picked
She was
Jazzy,
the
huh?
best. Yeah. I was like, Jazzy?
Are we
go on
competing
tour
for
with you.
Jazzy, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I'll go on tour with you, Jazzy. But it was funny that we're talking about that because about how like they told you what to say, kind of, or like they didn't tell you what to say, but they told you what to take out.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of Slicks or Victor because he was literally like, so he started off great, right? He's like, I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, and I'm also a porn star. I do porn. And like sadism, magism,
Yeah,
like
as soon
all
as he said
gruesome
that,
stuff.
like everyone in the room just like kind of looked at him with eyebrows raised, like, word?
Everyone went quiet. We were like, whoa, that just went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, and Morgan is like an innocent looking like 20-year-old, nice girl. And
Midwestern.
Midwestern Wisconsin. And just like, whoa, like that's not what she wanted to hear.
And it's like, cut,
Yeah.
Victor. We know that that's like what you're trying to promo here. But maybe don't say that you're an adult film actor or whatever.
Literally, they're like, everything else was good. But
Well,
just
I was pissed because they
leave
wouldn't
that
let me say I was a comedian, but they let him say that he's a singer.
Yeah, I guess because the show is somewhat funny, so they don't want to make it seem like you're acting.
Oh, like I was
or
like
something.
a ringer or something?
Yeah, exactly. Like you were just being funny with everything you're doing.
Definitely wasn't a ringer, I was like the most. It just sucked going first, because it was like she would ask like, hey, if I'm having a bad day, how would you like make it better?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd get you some food, like whatever you want. I'd come over and just like cuddle you or whatever.
Yeah.
And then fucking Victor is like, I'll take you to Thailand.
Like I travel across the whole world. I got you.
I remember his answer so vivid. He was like, a bad day can turn into a bad week, so let's just take it off and go to fucking Bali or something.
Yeah, Jazzy was like, wait, what? Like you can just get I'm having a bad week.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, man, I'm feeling bad today.
Bad weeks. Let's go, Victor. You got us.
Well, that also like the fact that Victor and Meg just met the day before.
Yeah.
That made their whole story and lap dance and everything
Just not true. Yeah.
just so much more like what the
Crazy,
fuck?
right?
Yeah,
because she liked the lap dance. I feel like.
Yeah, she
kept
was
saying,
like,
"Ooh,
"Oh,
that's
fuck."
hot."
Yeah. She's supposed to be like pissed off at him.
Yeah,
like at the
but she was,
beginning
like,
of the
turned on,
episode.
I feel like.
At the beginning of the episode, he's like, "This motherfucker cheated on me," and then he's giving her a lap dance. She's like, "My pussy's wet."
Yeah, literally. That's exactly what it was. And she's like, I would still want to be. He was hilarious.
Yeah,
you guys need to watch that show. Like,
Well, have you like
General
checked
Manager.
his Twitter out and shit?
No, I haven't seen his Twitter.
Dude, he like plays the heel role on like a bunch of dating shows apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
the heel role, like it's a WWE wrestler.
Yes, dude.
I got it.
He is the fucking
That's
heel
hilarious.
on a bunch of these dating
The
shows.
heel that
man.
you love to hate, though.
Yeah. Well,
he
he was
fun.
on like Cheaters Exposed or something.
No way.
He was on some other show where he was in like a video call with some girl and they went on a date and it was like, how did you rate this date? And the girl was like, I give you a 4. And he was like, whatever. I don't care. I'm used to dating like tall blonde models and you ain't shit.
Wait. It was a rate my date? It was like an Uber for like dating? Like what?
Yeah,
4 stars? I'm not giving you 5 stars because you didn't
Well,
put out
it was
the first
out
night.
of it was out of 10. So he gave her a 7, and then she gave him a 4. He was like, "What? I don't give a fuck." And I saw that. I was like, "This guy is unbelievable."
I love him even more.
It's
my
fucking
boy.
insanity. I think I don't know what the deal is. Like, I think he unfollowed me on Instagram.
No way. Well, he said he didn't have control of his Instagram.
Oh, is he one of those people?
Yeah, he said that he got in trouble because he was posting too many like nudes or something. I don't know exactly what he said, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, they took over his account, so he couldn't use it. That's what he was telling everyone when he first got it.
Oh, yeah,
But
Morgan.
he's good, bro. He's a good artist. Like I heard.
Well,
his
yeah, I
music.
listened to some of his
Dude,
music.
he's
He's
good.
legit,
Yeah,
man.
he's legit. And he
Well,
has
Morgan
people
said
with,
that-
like Fabulous and like
Really?
Fabulous or not Fabulous. Someone even better, like Yo Gotti and Jadakiss.
Oh, fucking awesome.
Those are
man.
huge artists in New
Check
York.
out Slichter Victor
Yeah,
on
Slichter
iTunes
Victor.
or Spotify
That's
or
my
whatever.
boy. Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Morgan was telling me that. Oh yeah. So apparently he posted on his Instagram story like video of like some of his porn.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they took her off his account. That's why it's like, yeah, Instagram's not letting me post anymore. He got like suspended. He's like, y'all can follow me. I'm gonna follow you back when I get it back. They took his keys away.
What a legend, dude.
Yeah. That's crazy.
legend.
I'm gonna look at his Twitter now.
Dude, his
He's
Twitter
the
is
heel.
wild, dude. His Twitter is fucking wild. It's like a bunch of Donald Trump retweets and shit.
Oh, like
where he's just like
making fun of it?
No, he's reposting on He's like, yo, this is my shit. And he's like trashing Bernie Sanders and shit.
So he's like a Kanye guy.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
That's funny.
I was like, should I have him on the pod? I would love to have him on, but it'd just be like, I feel like it might get weird. Because I don't know, dude. His life sounded fucking
good.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, I know, but weird is good.
Yeah.
People like to listen to weird.
Yeah, I'll probably, maybe I'll reach out to him. I'm trying to get, well, Amber was, one person that like didn't respond really.
Really?
Well, yeah, I sent her a message, like the same message that I sent you, and I was like, hey, you want to do it? And she was like, yeah, I'd love to. And then I was trying to schedule it out, like, hey, are you free anytime next week? And then just nothing.
She's sometimes unresponsive.
Nah, whatever. So what did you expect going into this?
The
The
MTV
flex, yeah, the flex on my ex.
Like I said, I thought that since Amber was the one who was in charge and everything, and they didn't really tell us anything.
Yeah.
They didn't really tell us what was expect. They just said, come with your ex, and it's going to be a show called Flex on My Ex.
Yeah.
So I didn't think there was, like I didn't know about Morgan. Like, Morgan was a huge twist. Because I thought it was just going to be, like, I don't know, like a dating show. They said it was like a dating show. So I thought Amber was the one who was going to go and try to date a guy. Mm-hmm. And I was just going to be like the ex in the background being like, I don't know, she didn't do, like what she was to us, like the girls were to us. So I didn't expect that at all. And then when we were signing our paperwork before the show, like the waivers or whatever, I saw Morgan and I thought she worked for MTV because she was just there writing. And it was funny because me and Slick are both, like we were already like, I guess, ahead of the game,
Y'all
like
were
flirting
macking.
with the talent. Yeah. Because I was just like, I thought she worked for MTV, so I was like, hey, what are you up to? Like, I was just like looking at her, like writing, and she's just like, she also didn't, she's like, I don't know, I'm just filling out this paperwork. And then I was just like, oh, you don't know what you're doing? You work here. Like, that's what I was thinking. So I was like, okay. Like, she was cute and all. And then Slichter was like talking to her too. Like, we were both like back and forth. And then I don't remember.
The Asian guy?
Yeah, what was his name?
I know his name tag said James or something.
Yeah, his name tag said
But his
James.
name wasn't James.
Yeah.
So I never got his real name.
Well,
so I just kept
his name
calling him
tag was
James.
All right, so James comes up and he goes, oh, no, you guys are not allowed to be talking. And he like separated us. And then...
Yeah, because I was sitting on the couch at that point.
Yeah,
and then
you were.
you got back there and you're like, oh shit, was that the girl?
Yeah, I was
So
like,
we were
"Oh,
talking to the girl.
sure." He's like, just stop right there, because it's supposed to be like a surprise, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kept her in like the room right next to her. So
Yeah, there was not a lot of because I saw her walking around, and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, whatever, that's somebody that works here.
Yeah,
and then
right?
when she walked in, I was like, oh, I saw her like 2 seconds ago.
So did you put two and two together? Like that
No,
was the
I didn't
girl?
I was just like so aloof. I was just coming from work, and I was like, I was like in a different headspace, and I was just trying to like get all the paperwork filled out because I started filling out Victor's paperwork.
That's what I was gonna say. Victor told me about that. He's like, bro, Joe was filling out my shit. He's like, I got up and I come back and he was filling out my paper. Like, what? I was like, that's hilarious. You were in your
I was just
zone.
like, fuck, man. It was so much of that I felt like wasn't representative of me and who I am. Like, when they were telling us what to wear, like I was wearing the shit that I was wearing at work when I got there. And I brought a bunch of other clothes and like, just wear what you're wearing at work. And I was like, I'd never wear this. Like, I would never wear this if I was like, hey, let's go out on a date. I would never be in like a...
Well, you were wearing like a long sleeve button
long sleeve, like button down that was blue and like black pants.
Yeah, it was
like,
very like normal though.
It was the most white guy normal shit.
It was very like chill. It wasn't like MTV.
Yeah.
It was just normally.
Well, Morgan was definitely the most MTV.
Yeah, she was
had
wearing
the
like
fucking
a black dress.
Yeah, black pleather skirt.
Pleather, whatever that was.
And like the
Skirt.
crop top.
Crop top
like,
red
like,
and
damn,
black.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're going for it.
Yeah, she was.
And then Jazzy, dude. Jazzy was fucking
Jazzy.
hot as shit.
She was saying something about like being bad. She's like, "Are you bad, boy?" Or she said something about being bad, and I was like, "I'm bad like the same way your outfit's bad." And she was just looking at me like, "Whoa, like what? Like, boy, stay in your lane. You're supposed to be flirting with this girl." Like,
everybody's just like, as soon as Jazzy walked in, we're like, Morgan, yeah, sure.
yeah,
What's up, guys?
yeah, Jazzy's a big deal. She has like 1 million or 2 million followers.
Yeah, I saw her. Well, that's what I was saying to Morgan is that like. So I've been doing comedy for 11 years. I've been here doing it for like 2.5. And then they were like, oh yeah, the host is this comedian named Jazzy Brown or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never heard of her. And then she showed up and I was like, I've never seen her.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you guys should come to my show. It's at this place.
And you're like,
and
I've
was
never
like,
heard of this place.
I've never heard of that place.
I remember you were talking to me about it. You were like, yeah, I don't know. You're like, she's fucking bullshit. Like, you're just like, she's bullshitting. I don't never heard of this place. I never heard of this comedian. And it's a new world we're living in.
I know. Well, that's what I was saying.
You know?
It's like there's so many fucking comedians. And
Yes.
there's so many places to do comedy. It's just like it's such a big city, man. You know.
She's not even like a stand-up though. Firstly.
Yeah, that's
she's
what I
like
was
a
saying.
Fine stars.
Yeah, I saw her Instagram. It's like a bunch of
Videos.
characters and shit.
Yeah,
and I
but
was like,
she makes her own videos. You know, like of selfies. You know, different things. So I
if
guess
you're
she
into that
killed it in the
shit.
social media aspect. But yeah, if you're into that shit,
That's
if you're like 12, 14.
didn't want to
That's
trash Jazzy,
what's in
but
it. No. She's hilarious.
she's
though.
killing it
She's
in what
hilarious.
she does.
She looks
Just-
good. Yeah, and she's killing it what she does. But it is like anti-stand-up.
Yeah, it's not
It's
stand-up.
not what we're used to.
I would like to
what we
see
like when we're
her
growing up.
her act at that show.
Me too. It's September 5th. But I don't
Yeah.
know where it is. I mean, probably we can find it
I
on
think
her
it's called like
Instagram.
Comedy Union or something.
Like, I never heard of it.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was like. I never heard of that place. I was like, where is
I
that?
wonder if she like advertises it.
I think it's on her Instagram or something.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
We should go. We should all go together. The whole crew.
September 5th? I think I'm supposed to be.
Like, psh, I got time
I'm
for
doing
that.
something. I got a thing.
Okay, you got things to do. All right, my bad.
So, was there anything that you thought was like really bullshit about the MTV thing?
Yeah, everything. No, I'm kidding. I mean, yeah, it's just funny. Like, you win a date with Morgan.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, like,
There's no date.
where's the date? No, I'm kidding. I mean, I got her number, obviously, and, like,
Yeah.
I said, let's go to a stand-up show or something. Like, we'll hang out. I haven't hung out with her yet. But, yeah, MTV doesn't coordinate the date after.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know? Like,
Well, that's what I thought it was gonna be. Thought it was gonna be like me and some like the Morgan person was gonna be on a date, and Liv is like sitting like right there.
oh, like some parental control type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's what I thought it was
Oh,
gonna be.
that'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be much cooler.
MTV,
had like
take
a
notes.
game show. Yeah, MTV. I mean, what we did was pretty funny. It's gonna be funny.
It's gonna be fun to
Slichter
see how
told
they
me-
edited it.
Yeah. Because they got our reactions. And
Yeah.
stuff, but Slichter told me that he was on another show. I mean, yeah, like we were talking about. And he said that on that show, they put it on Snapchat or something, and he said it got like over like 4 million views or something.
Jeez.
So he said like he got like a lot more like exposure from that. Like
Man.
people were like looking him up and stuff.
See, it's easy to look him up though too. You can
Yeah,
like
Slick the
Victor. Like no, you can look up Easy.
Yeah.
You can look up
I
Joe.
guess. Joe,
But
yeah.
no one's gonna find us.
I know, you can't put like an at.
I know. We're trying to make it too, Victor.
Yeah, it's Slick. I mean, he's smart.
Yeah,
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
fucking branded, man.
Exactly. He's smart. Like,
Yeah, man,
We're taking notes, Slick.
All right. We did the little recap. Do you have any other final thoughts about like the actual Flex on My Ex experience?
No, I mean, it's pretty. I just can't wait till it comes out. Once it comes out,
I can't
we
wait
gotta-
either because I don't know when to like put these episodes out.
Yeah, maybe like around when it comes out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. But
Or right after.
you ready to get into like the meat and potatoes of this podcast,
meat
which
and
is like the
potatoes.
regular shit now?
Yeah, I'm down.
All
I
right,
mean, I
man.
stopped eating meat though.
Did you hear that? That was my hip.
Oh yeah,
That fucking pop, dude.
You gotta do butterflies, man.
I know. All right. So, do you remember your first crush?
My first crush.
First person to make you think like, oh, maybe girls don't have cooties.
Yeah, I mean, I was like gross. Since I was young.
Fucking easy,
Yep, I was
baby.
like, ooh, wee, hi, ladies. Since I came out of the womb. No, okay. When I was in like pre-K, I guess, or preschool.
Damn, preschool.
I just remember I remembered a girl's name. Her name was like Megan or something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, like Megan's hot.
What was it? Megan was hot. When you were like fucking 4 years
I'm
old.
using today's
Yeah.
like vernacular.
Yo,
She
damn,
probably
you cute.
It's just like, yeah, I don't know what I said. And I remember she was like, I remember this dude that was also in the class. Like, I guess she was like a princess-looking girl. You know, like when you're young, everyone's like a princess. And like this young dude was like a Peter Pan type dude. He was like, mind you, 4 years old.
Yeah,
5
yeah,
years old.
yeah.
And he like was doing the most. He was extra. Like I remember like actually like this dude comes through, like his mom comes and picks him up, right? And he has like flowers and like he ran up to her, he gave them to her, he gave her like a big hug, a kiss on the cheek, and like the mothers were supporting it, like
Damn.
cheering him on, like, oh yeah, go after Megan, Josh, whatever his name was. And like I was just looking like, yeah, I was just like there.
You're sitting there like, fuck.
Yeah, I was
dude.
like, damn, that's what you gotta do? Like, damn. And, you know, things haven't changed. Like, you know, you gotta do that. And I'm still looking like, damn, that's what you gotta do.
Fucking flowers?
Yeah.
Dude, I always ask people, like, if you showed up to a date, like a first date with flowers, I feel like that would freak a girl
kinda
out.
creepy.
Right?
It's very creepy.
Yeah, dude.
Well, yesterday, I was working an event, and it was like a tasting event, like LA Taste. So when, you know, they had just a bunch of food and drinks and things, and I met this girl there, and I was talking to her, and I was walking with her, and like a sunflower was just there, right? It was just like, so I was like, okay, I don't do the most, but I do what's like
You do what's
relative.
available to you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in
Hey,
the flow.
I'm walking by. There's a sunflower.
Yeah.
That's yours now.
Simple, yeah. It just was working with the vibe. You know, I'm talking to her, you know, smooth, good convo. I see a sunflower and I pick it up. I'm like, that's for you, girl. And I hand it to her. You know, I didn't say that's for you, girl, but,
Yeah.
you know, that was the energy I brought to it. I was like, you're a sunflower. You know, like the song, because that's nice. You know, that Post Malone song?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, like Post Malone? And I'm like, yeah. But it's easy, though. But yeah, no. So yes, that's what I would do. You know, like in the moment, like not doing the most. Like I'm not extra.
You're not about planning it all out. You're a go with the flow. Like let's vibe.
Yeah.
So you were.
It was just like we were walking and a sunflower. I believe like things come into your existence for a purpose. So like I see a sunflower, I'm like, this is it. I can use it or I can choose not to. And I was like, yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect time.
Improv training there.
Yeah, I do UCB theater. I love improv.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's fun.
How long have you been doing that?
I just did the first class.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking to get into the second one now.
That shit's so expensive, man.
Yeah, it's like $400.
Yeah, dude.
For like 8 weeks or something.
So expensive.
Yeah.
But there's like 75 levels or whatever.
Yeah. There's like 4, I think. But yeah. Then there's like advanced.
Well, I remember
You
like
can't pay for
my buddy did that in New York. This is way off topic and not having to do with dating or anything,
No,
but
it's
whatever.
cool.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's comedy. It's comedy. It's
you know, this
same
is
realm.
this is the tangents that you get on.
Yeah.
But he was like, this is all like kind of a scam because once you get to the most advanced or like the 4th level, and then
Yeah.
you can audition to get into advanced.
Yeah.
He said that like almost nobody gets in advanced on the first
Really?
try, and then you have to retake the level 4 again, and that cycle just keeps repeating until you get in. So some people take it like the level 4 class like 3 or 4 times.
Damn.
And that's like $1,200, man.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
you get into the advanced class, if you ever even get in.
That makes sense.
That's such a bullshit.
The system, bro.
It sucks,
It's
man.
education. Anywhere you're paying too much money to go to get educated, it's like you're getting scammed.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
But that's
man.
interesting. It's just enjoyable, but yeah,
It's fun.
It is
Yeah.
fun. It's very fun.
Anyway, transitioning back to the dating shit.
Yeah, back
Do
to
you remember
dating.
your very first kiss?
Yes, I
What
do.
the circumstances
Of course
were?
I do.
Who it was with?
Of course I do.
Etc.
It was 6th grade pool party, Massey's pool party. Everyone knows about that. Shout out Miami Beach. Shout y'all out, Massey.
Yeah, you grew up in Miami, right?
Yeah. I grew up in Miami. And 6th grade, there was a pool party, right? And
Yeah.
6th grade was the year that I moved to Miami. And I lived in California for like a month before, or not a month, for a year before going there.
Uh-huh.
So that was like who I was to my new Miami friends. I was the kid from California.
Yeah.
But I was like cool, like easy
Yeah,
from California.
yeah.
So it was like chill. So like I made new friends and I was just like, whoa, Miami's fucking sexy. Like all the girls were fucking hot. All the girls were like, and cool. They're not just hot. They're
Yeah.
like cool. Like I was
That-
like, this was my first exposure to like girls, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been exposed to girls obviously, but like it was my first exposure to like sexualized, you know? Like
Yeah,
just, it was like
yeah.
a new world. So I was like, wow, this is cool.
But where in California did you live before
In
Miami?
Irvine, in Orange County.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
yeah, I feel like Miami is a different level where it's just like we're fucking going hard.
Yeah, it's just it's sexualized.
Yeah.
It's very Latina and very like hot Jewish and like there's like there's a that's how they are. Like Miami's just beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like a beautiful city, but you know,
Everybody's
sunny place, but
tan,
shady people. Yeah, tan,
wearing thongs
good
on
body,
the beach.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, thongs in like school, like girls
Damn.
would. Yeah, no, seriously, it was like I was like exposed to a new world of body. Like I was just like, wow, girls with butts and like boobs and like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So it was cool, and
At the pool party.
6th grade pool party, yeah, Massey's pool party. It was like a pool party, so it was like boys and girls at a pool party.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the jacuzzi. Everyone knows Massey's jacuzzi popped off. Because we started playing. It wasn't even, you know, there's Truth or Dare.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't Truth or Dare. It was like
just like dare.
kiss. Yeah, it was just like, who's going to kiss who? I dare you to kiss that person. And shout out the real Cece. Not that. I'm putting her. No, okay. I mean, I don't think she's going to listen to this. Yeah, but she's definitely not.
You should text it to
Yeah,
her.
be like, yo,
Like, I
Cece,
talked
remember?
about you.
Yeah.
Fast forward to a
6th
half hour in.
It's crazy that I remember the first kiss. But, yeah, no, I remember.
I mean, I feel like most people remember
do,
the first
right?
kiss. I
Yeah.
remember my first kiss and my first like make out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And they're both in pools.
That's the most Miami
And
shit
they're
ever.
both- Yeah, I guess so. It's like a sexualized place. But yeah, whatever. It was just they dared us to kiss, and it was like kiss for 4 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And I was like so happy with Cece because like I like
She's
Cece.
banging.
Yeah.
Are you still friends with her? You ever check
Yeah,
up on her
yeah,
on
I'm
like
still- I'm
Facebook or whatever?
I actually, when we were in college, I subleased her room, type shit. Cause
Damn,
like,
dude.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was like I went to the same elementary school, middle school, high school, and college as her, and a lot of other friends. So like, her roommate was also one of my friends, and that's like her best friend. So
Yeah.
like, I was able to like room with both of them. So it's good vibes. But you know, she went on and started dating a bunch of other guys. You know,
Yeah,
she,
yeah, yeah.
she became a
Yeah, she didn't
Girl.
wait for you after 6th grade.
yeah, it was just like a dare kiss. I don't even know if she remembers I was the first. Well, I was her first. I don't know if whatever. So
She was your first.
She was she was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
first, 6th grade,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was cool. 4 seconds, and then my first makeout were
Yeah,
talking about that
dude,
too.
fucking get
But
into
it's funny because it's just like it was a party, so everyone was like kissing everyone, you know?
Oh shit, man!
I'm pretty
you
sure I kissed
definitely
someone
got
else
cold
that
sores,
day
bro.
too. Yeah. That's why I get cold sores this day.
Dude.
That pool party. But it was fun. It was like 6th grade. You're like, you want to? Like you're
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah.
We're kissing? Like, finally,
Absolutely,
I'm
man.
ready. Like I got my kissing lips on. So yeah, that was it. And then 8th grade, I remember it was 8th grade when I got my first makeout, and that was like also at a pool, but it wasn't a pool party. It was just like it's
Y'all
kinda
were just
ridiculous.
in a
It was
pool.
3 guys and 2 girls.
Oh man, somebody's the odd man out.
Someone was the odd man out, but nobody was the odd man out. You know?
Oh shit! Oh shit, dude.
It was very ridiculous looking back, but at the time it was like, fuck yeah, let's make out.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out Stephanie. That was Cesa's best friend actually.
Really, dude, you're a
Yeah.
fucking dog.
I'm a wolf. Ow. But no, I mean it was 8th grade, dude. Like I didn't. Yeah, so it was fun.
Yeah, I remember my first makeout was like the most random shit ever. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast yet, but fucking we're sharing. You know?
Yeah, share it.
My first makeout session was so I grew up in Baltimore, and every summer there were these like heritage festivals, and they were all around like my neighborhood, and
Heritage.
like Greek festival, Polish festival,
cool.
etc.
Yeah. Cool.
Russian festival.
Sweet.
So I was at this Greek festival, and I was like, this is when I was into skateboarding.
Cool.
It was in 8th grade. I was like the fucking ripping skateboarder, bro.
Like with tricks and shit.
Oh yeah. I was big into that shit. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, my
Oh
jam.
yeah, love that game.
So I was there with my buddy Wes, and we were just like, we saw this girl, and we were like trying to, flirt when
Yeah.
you're like 8th grade flirting, you know.
So
So we saw this girl, and I remember her name was Rita, and we were like hanging out with Rita all night, and both me and Wes were like trying to go for it, you know.
Yeah.
So Wes had to leave early or something, and I lived closer to where this festival was, so I got to stay around a little bit longer. So Wes left, and then it's just me and Rita hanging out. And so like me and Rita are like vibing or whatever, fucking 8th grade vibe or whatever. And we got to talking about like making out. And she was like, have you ever made out with anybody before? I was like, no. And she was like, do you want to?
Oh.
Right? And I was like, fucking
Fireworks.
victory. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And then I was like, but I don't know. I'm not going to be... I was very honest. I was like, I'm not going to be good at it because I've never done it before. And she was like, don't worry. I can teach you.
What? Rita's cool.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
Rita. And she was, but then she was like, and I actually like, I live in Florida, so even if it's bad, I'm not gonna be here after next week, so you could just like whatever.
Do it. And then we can go to a pool and make out.
Yeah, yeah. You probably made out with her in a pool. You
Yeah,
probably-
Rita? Wait. How old was she?
So we go into this alley in the at the Greek festival, and we just start like
In an
making
alley?
out. Yeah, dude,
It's romantic.
dude, this is the start of my like romantic life, you know. This is why
not
it's
creepy.
so
This is
so
how it
trashy.
started. We started in an alley making out. It's only gotten more sexual in alleys.
So we go in an alley, like we're making out.
Nice.
And she's giving me pointers. She's like, maybe don't do that. Maybe do
Go a little bit left.
Maybe do a little bit more of this. And so we're like making out for like a long time. You know what? I got a fucking like 8th grade boner all.
Nice.
Just,
Yeah,
like,
no, that's of course.
walking around the Greek
Anything
festival with
gives
a
you
boner. Dude,
in
like
8th grade.
just anything.
Yeah.
You're just
The wind blows.
filled with, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first makeout at the Greek festival with Rita, who was like, "You can just do whatever you want to me, and then I'm
going
gonna
back
leave."
to Florida. Make out with Easy in Miami. Cool. How old was she in 6th grade or 8th grade too?
Yeah, I think she might have been a little. I think she was like a year
She was a
older
little
than me.
older. She was
maybe.
in 9th grade.
Yeah,
so
she was fucking high school. She was so mature, man.
Yeah. No, it is a big gap when you're in 8th grade and she's in high school.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, whoa. Like,
Yeah.
she's in high school.
Yeah, man. She's got a mustache, you know.
Wait,
go
what? Wait, what? This is a twist.
He's going through puberty.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So that was your first. What was your like vibe in high school? Do you remember like who your first girlfriend was?
Yes, I do. And
Like that you dated
my
for,
vibe
like-
in high school, my biggest accomplishment to date, I always say it. It's a little joke. It's not that funny. because I've said it so many times. But my biggest accomplishment to date was I was voted class clown my senior year of high school.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was something I was so proud of. Like, when I was a freshman and I saw the yearbook, I was like, that's a superlative? You could be class clown? I was like, I was made for this. I was like, that's going to be mine. I know it.
I'm coming for the crown.
Yeah, I'm coming for the crown. Literally, that's how I was. And I was just, like, doing ridiculous stuff to cement my legacy as the class clown my senior year.
Like what? What were some, like, pranks that you were doing?
I did a lot. For example, I would impersonate the teachers, and there was one time where we had this guy, his name was Mr. Rivera, and he was a Cuban, like, steroids infused, like, he works out every day with a cross eye, and, like, he was bipolar. Like, one day he was like, oh, I love everybody. Like, he taught AP US history.
Yeah.
And it was Cuban. It was so funny. Yeah, it was like Pedro Rivera. And other days he would just be like, crazy, like Fidel Castro, like crazy man, like So like he would switch sometimes in the same day. Like, he would be like a happy great guy, and then he'd be like, hey, go there. So I would impersonate him, and I would impersonate him in front of him, because that's the type of guy I am. I don't like to do things behind people's back, so I'll do it back to him.
I'm the opposite. I talk so much. Dude, as soon as you leave, I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna listen to the Morgan podcast. Go, easy, fuck easy. Why did you pick easy? Like, shit. Like, come on. I'm taller.
No, dude. I mean, I told you while we were filming, I was like, dude, you fucking want this, man.
You guys,
I'm just like, I'm done, dude.
Slichter was like, I got this.
Slichter thought he was gonna win?
He's the heel.
Yeah, like, me and Liv, like, turned to each other, like, yeah, Easy's definitely got this.
Apparently, that's what Amber told me, too. Amber told me that the girls were like, Amber was like, who do you guys think is going to win? And they're like, are you serious? Like, this guy's...
Well, because Amber was hyping you up like crazy.
She was
like,
helping me out.
Dude, especially for someone that, like, you didn't date, she was just like, yeah, Easy's just the best, you know? He like, helped me through this weight loss journey. Like, he cured cancer. and meanwhile, Liv is like, hey, would you ever date your ex again? She's like, no.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah. Which, like, you know, whatever. But, like...
Well, it was... I do, like, I am close with Amber, so it's like she came from, like, an authentic place. Like, she didn't just fabricate and, everything.
Yeah,
but,
I
like,
know.
she was very nice.
You were fucking getting hyped, dude.
Yeah, I was.
And, like, you're just, like, a super charming, nice guy.
That's what
you're like a sweetheart, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it takes one to know one, man.
Oh, stop. Come on. Text it to me so I can screenshot it.
Okay.
Put it on the wall of compliments.
Oh, yeah, you do have a wall of compliments. I didn't notice that over there, Joe. Okay.
So anyway, what's like high school?
Oh yeah. So I was like the MC of the pep rallies. I was like the vice president of the drama club. I did theater, and I was always the comedic role. So I was like, I'm going for class. I got this. And so I did. But one of the biggest things that I did was, there was a week, like I went to Miami Beach Senior High. So it was a bunch of people, like this is how I like to describe it. The guys, their biggest role model was like Scarface Tony Montana.
Yeah.
Like, they all thought they were Tony Montana. They were in Miami Beach, Florida, thinking they were in gangs. You know what I mean? Like, they're fucking dumb. Like, it was so dumb to me. Like, I was like, what? You guys are not that tough? We're on the beach. Like, hello? Like, so people would be fighting, like, killing each other. Like, literally killing each other, like, type shit. Like, it was crazy. But I was in, like, the good classes, so, like, I had, like, a good group of people.
Yeah.
But I was still cool with the gangsters too, because I played basketball, basketball.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I lived on the block, say shout out San Juan. No, I'm playing, but
that was the lamest.
Yeah, it's funny that it's so funny that it's lame to you, because they take it so seriously, and they're still about it, like, to this day, those guys, it is lame. But
I also am, like, cynical as fuck and jaded. I'm just like, oh yeah, you think that's cool? You're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I don't have no joy left in my life.
Easy. Yeah, they never left Miami type shit. Like, those guys stayed there, and it was scary to think about. But anyway, so there was a week where everyone was fighting, right? Every day during lunch, there would be a huge fight, and it was a big deal. So by Wednesday of that week, it was like fight week. Like, it was like a known thing that week was fight week in our school. I swear.
It was like a yearly tradition.
Yeah, I guess. It was like, there's a fight week. 7-1 is going to fight South Beach. Like,
Jesus.
So it would be like a gang type thing. And I had a very open school, because it was like good weather. It was Miami Beach, so it was like we had a few buildings. It was kind of like a college campus type thing.
Okay. There's like
open,
like a middle, like, quad
courtyard
thing or
and
whatever.
outdoor lunch. Yeah, exactly. So there was one lunch by Wednesday where there were cops at lunch, like posted outside. And I was like, more than just a school cop. There was like actual cops.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, this is serious. Like, I was like making a joke. I was like, fuck these guys. Like, what the fuck? Like, we're in school. Like, fuck these guys. Like, oh, there's gonna be there's definitely not gonna be a fight now, obviously, because there's fucking squad of cops. So I was just like, I had like an idea. I was like, I'm the prankster, right? I'm the clown. And I was like, this is a great idea. Let's make a prank. You know how? And so I was like telling my lunch, not cronies, but like my friends, and I was just like, yo, guys, you know how like when there's a fight, what's the first indication of a fight? And they're like, I don't know. And I was like, people just start running in a direction, right? Because they see that there's a fight, and then once a lot of people run, more people run, and like everyone just surrounds this whole fight.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have an idea. Why don't we just start running? Like 3 of us, like who's down? And then my friend David was like, I'll do it. And my friend Nate was like, I'll do it. I was like, all right, cool. And then I'll do it at the end. So you go first, David. Then Nate, you go. And then I'll go at the end, and I'll make it like there's a fight.
Yeah.
Like, you know? So they're like, all right, we're down. Like, let's do it. Fuck it. Yeah. So David goes first. He runs. Then Nate goes next. And then me, being the loud, obnoxious, like high school, like attention-seeking clown that I was trying to be, went after them, but like very obnoxiously, was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I was like, damn, there's a fight. And I just start running like loud as fuck, like, oh shit, there's a fight.
Yeah.
I like get like 10, 20, like 15 steps in my run, and I turn around, and sure enough, the entire school was following me. Like people were coming out of the cafeteria, people were coming like up from the stairs, up the 3rd floor, coming running down. Like it was like a swarm of thousands of kids like following me. So it was
like a wave.
A wave. Like it worked. Like the prank worked. So I was so happy. I was like, now I'm gonna like skip back through the crowd and be like, no fight, gotcha all day, no fight. You know. So I was just like, that's what I was doing. I was skipping, and my friend who was like watching the whole thing because he knew that I was planning this. So he saw it work and everything. So he was like a guy that was just sitting watching the whole time because he didn't participate in it because he didn't get tricked because he knew it was happening. So he was watching the whole time. He said, yo, I've never laughed so hard in my life because I've never seen someone's face go from such jubilant joy to such shock and like horror in my life. Because as I was skipping, like huge smile on my face, like, there's no fight, waving my hands in the air, there's no fight. Out of nowhere, a cop comes and grabs me by the arm and my neck and slams me into the wall and handcuffs me. Yeah, he's like,
it incited a riot.
Yeah, literally, that's what they said. That's what they fucking like tried to charge me with. They was like, incited a riot, disturbing the peace, some other bullshit. And they handcuffed me and my friends, and they took us to the office and they fucking sent us off to the Jack.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
So I had friends, like, we stayed there, like, from lunch till the end of, like, school, because they were writing up reports and shit. And so, end of school, I saw some of my friends were like, free my nigga Easy, free my nigga Nate, free my nigga David. And, like, they're recording us, like, getting handcuffed, walking to the...
Oh, my God, dude.
Dude, it was crazy.
All of the prankers.
Yeah. Bro, and I learned, like, cops don't give a shit. A lot of at least in Miami, a lot of them are fucking just, like, humans. Like,
yeah.
Like, but like not even good humans. Like, obviously, well, just side note, this guy, the cop who was driving us there, who's just like, yeah, you know, I used to be in the Marines, just fuck all that shit. Now I'm just a cop, so I'm just fucking driving around, like, you know, like doing whatever I want. I don't have to pay for tolls. I don't have to pay. He was just like listing all the benefits to being a cop. He was being like a cool cop, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, anyway, you guys got any nudes?
Nudes?
Not of us. He's like, yeah, any
like
girls?
High school chicks?
Yes. And I was like,
bro.
My friend was sitting next to me and he was just like, bro, stop. Like child pornography. Like he's trying to rope us. Yeah. And I was like, I don't think so. Because like the vibe he was giving me was like he was just like trying to get like he was trying to see news. Like
fuck, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like,
so
you know,
will it get me out of these handcuffs?
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, yeah. Well, let me see it, man. Let me see it. I was like, oh, actually, no, I don't. I can't. I'm in handcuffs. You know, I was like, give me your phone. Give me your phone. I was like, I have a password. I'm sorry. And he was like, but he wasn't doing it to rope us. Like I could tell like two different vibes. Like. He was doing it because he wanted, like, he was just a male that was a creep that was trying to see high school girls. Yeah.
Fuck.
So dude, it was like weird. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but luckily all the charges got dropped. I think.
Damn.
But yeah,
man.
that was funny.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That just depressed me like crazy.
Did it? Yeah, I mean,
so sad.
I honestly am not surprised.
He's just like, yeah, so y'all are arrested anyway. Y'all got news?
yeah.
Might help with your sentence if you let me be a fucking child
We were
pornographer.
17, so we didn't go to. We went to juvie like.
Yeah. Well, how long were you there for?
Like 4 hours.
That's
It wasn't a big deal. Yeah, and it was a big. You know, it was funny because of that, they were trying to take my like senior rights away. Like, you know, like they didn't want me to go to prom or walk on graduation.
Yeah.
So our parents like had to really fight it, and they finally settled on, okay, you can go to prom, but you have to go to prom with your mom. I'm not kidding.
I was gonna ask you if you went to prom. So you went to prom.
I got
with
to
your
go
mom?
to prom, but my mom had to go as well.
Oh, I was gonna say, is like your mom your date?
My mom wasn't my date. Luckily, I had an awesome date. Shout out Palinsu. It was actually on TV.
What?
Lifetime came to. This is why I started, like, why I decided to study production and why, like, I loved, like, I wanted to become a producer, because when I was in high school, my senior year, Lifetime came to our school to shoot a production called The Prom Queens. So it was this show where it was a reality show where, like, two girls are going at it for prom queen, and like it shows like what they're doing to, like, you know, become the prom queen.
Campaign.
Yeah, the campaign, and like, you know, all that shit. So my date was running for prom queen, and like she's a very flamboyant, like she was going to clubs when she was like 15, 16, like she was a party girl, like yeah, it was like the princess. The episode was the pilot. It was called The Princess versus the Party Girl. So it was fucking ridiculous, but I was her date, so like I got to deal with the producers, deal with like the sound guys. Like it was cool. I was like, oh, you guys do this for a living? You just go around and make shows and stuff? Like, okay, now I know what I want to study. You know, like it was like really eye-opening experience, but it was cool because so I was. It was. Were
you like in it?
Yeah, I was in it. Yeah, like I'm in it. Like it's still on Lifetime.com. Like. What? It even says easy. Like when they interviewed me, they asked me like there was a narrator that narrated the show, and she was a comedian, and she was kind of like sarcastic the whole time, like making fun of everyone because it's like high school dumb girls, you know, like that's how she was talking. But for some reason, she liked me. Like I mean, she's like, this guy's making sense. Like she's like, this guy should be, not only should he be Palinsu's prom date, but he should also be her campaign manager. You know. So like my claim to fame for that was like I jumped on the vending machine in the middle of lunch, and I yelled out, vote Palinsu for prom queen, because the other date was like, vote for Annie for prom queen. Like she had like a megaphone. Yeah, and she was in SGA, and like so she was just like nah, 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 nah. And then I was just like, you know what, let me do something. And it was funny because then I saw like how TV works, because the producers were watching me, and they were just like ecstatic with joy.
Yeah, they're like,
yes, like, and like this is gonna be good for the show, you know. And they were just like keep telling me like with their hands, like keep going.
You were the Slichter Victor of that show.
I was the Slichter Victor.
Well, not necessarily a heel, but like yeah, you were the exciting fucking.
I was, and that's how it was. And I remember they asked me like, how did you feel? Because spoiler alert, she lost.
Oh no.
They interviewed me at the end, and I was like, it was rigged. It was fucking rigged. Annie was on SGA. She fucking rigged it. Yeah. It was rigged. So. That's still my girl though, Palinsu. I love you, Palinsu.
So you're single now though, right?
Yeah, I'm single now.
Do you remember your first date?
My last date?
Your last last date.
Your
last first date.
My last first date. You see, I think I'm really different.
Oh boy, here we go. This is about to get douchey as fuck.
Yeah. No, it's actually not. Well, I don't know. It might sound douchey. I don't think it is. I just don't like the date, like the label, a date. Like I just say like let's hang out, you know, or something. Like I don't force anything. You know? Like, so I don't say like, do you want to go on a date to do this? Like, obviously you're not asking me like that question, but.
No, I'm with you on that. Like a lot of times I talk about how like if I'm on a dating app or something, it's like the first time that we're meeting, I don't even consider it mentally as a date. This is like me presenting myself as a real human being. You know, as like I'm not trying to catfish you. I'm not trying to murder you. Like I'm a real person. And then like if it goes well, like then the next time it's like, all right, there's a vibe here.
Okay.
This is now a date.
I see. Yes. So I never really met anyone off of dating. I might have. I don't think I have. Like, I just don't like dating apps.
Really?
Personally, yeah, I really don't like them. Because
Have you ever been on them?
Yeah, I've been on them, of course, but I mean, it's interesting. It's like fun, but I think it's like fake. Like, it's a fake world. I don't believe in the digital sphere to meet people. Even though it's very successful for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
I just believe in like meeting people, and like I feel like there's people I'm meant to meet, like kind of being out there in the universe, and I feel like using technology to do it kind of is like diluting it in a way that I wouldn't get a natural interaction.
I see that.
And so that's how I feel about it. And so when a first date for me would be just like, because saying it's a date puts like an awkward like pressure on each individual person, because maybe the girl's expecting something or I'm expected to do something, when I really just think of it as like, we should just hang out. Like, let's go do something together that we both like. And, you know, depending on how that vibe goes, then we can hang out again. But I don't say it's like, let's go on a date. Like, You know, like, let's hang out. Like, what are you doing? Like, let's hang out.
See, I get that. I completely understand where you're coming from with that. And it's like, probably not to like blow smoke up your ass or whatever, but like, it's probably super easy for you because like because
my name's Easy. Is that smoke up my ass?
No, but like, you're like a very affable, easy to talk to person. Like, that's what I was noticing about you when we were doing the flex on my ex, is like, you were just like making friends with everybody, you were talking to everybody, and I was like sitting there twiddling my thumbs at certain points. So it was just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna wait until the cameras start rolling to talk again. But you were like, the cameras are off, you're like, oh, so like, what do you do? Like, what's going on with you? Like, it's probably a lot easier for you, like, with a vibe like that, you know?
Yes.
A lot of people like feel mad awkward talking to strangers, and like, I don't think that you have that kind of in you.
Well, yeah, you know, like, I'm always like a communicative type person. I feel like, well, I appreciate you telling me all that. That's cool. Good observations. But yeah, I graduated like telecommunication production. That was like my major, and like, it's all about communication and like also production. So when we were working the MTV show, I was very interested in what everyone does. Like, I'm a very curious person, and when you know about communication, you know that it's better to listen more than you talk, and like, be sincerely interested in other people. Yeah. Which I am, because it's more than just me. Like, who am I? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a speck in a big universe. So like, but what's meaningful is the connections that I make with people. That's how I feel like. So I like to let people tell me who they are, you know? So I listen, and it's like, if you want to know about me, I can tell you about me, but I'd rather know about you, because I already know me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a better communication connection when I learn about you, because then I can bounce off of you, the vibes you give me. You know?
So in talking about like how you're like kind of anti dating apps, that girl with the sunflower, did you ask her out?
Okay, so this whole generation, it's like wild, because say I meet this girl, right, and we have a great connection, right, and we'll say like, it was a great hangout, you know, like, I really want to hang out with you more, you know, like, it was a good vibe. But like, really though, you know what I'm saying? Like, because then you get like, I don't know, people, from what I've been experiencing, is that there's girls with like a lot of like, I guess, a digital presence. Yeah. And because of that digital presence, they have this inflated ego. And they think that every guy is kind of just like obsessed with them because they're liking their photos and they're sending them comments and sending them DMs. Yeah. So when a guy like me, who's not that type of guy, who's like a real guy, like authentic, and like, I don't care for that too much. Yeah. I care about like an actual natural connection. It's like, they'll probably, if I don't like put too much effort towards them, they'll probably be like, okay, put him in another box of all those other guys that just send me love on the digital sphere, and like, whatever, I'll just get someone who like will buy me out or something, you know, like something, not buy me out, but you know what I mean, like, give me more attention. More attention. And I'm like very easy, like, I like to it's in the name, baby. I let you, it's in the name. I'm not fooling you. You know, sometimes it's ironic. I can be hard.
Oh God, wink at me. Don't fucking wink at me.
I was trying to wink to the audience, but
I'm hard right now, bro.
Dude, I'm hard right now. 8th grade all over again. But yeah, no, dude. Yeah, so it's just like, I'll send a text. I'll let you know, like, let's hang out. I'll put it out there, and I'm not gonna be like consistent, persistent, annoying. Like, if you're not responsive with that, then that's a sign that like you're not meant for me. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep vibing somewhere else until I match my vibe with who's deserving.
You graciously take the L.
Yeah, and I don't even think of it as an L because like it's a W, because if that girl doesn't see the energy that I'm bringing towards her, then she's not meant for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm sending good vibes her way, and I know like I'm not arrogant, but I'm confident in the fact that like I can provide like a good experience with it, like a good connection.
Yeah.
But if they don't respond because whatever reason, then okay, fine. I'm gonna keep doing
There's
me.
somebody else that will cherish my gifts.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll cherish theirs, you know? If they don't cherish me, I can't cherish them. You know what I mean? It has to be reciprocated.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, I used to like kind of dwell on like if shit wasn't working out and like I asked somebody out or we went out and then they weren't interested in me afterwards. You know, it just used to kind of like devastate me, you know?
Yeah.
But now I'm just kind of like, dude, there's so many people.
Yeah.
There's some, like, I'm not going to fight for you if you're like already like, I'm not about this vibe. I'm not going to fight it because like, you already are half out the door. So if I fight it and then you're like, okay, fine, let's go out again. Like the odds of the odds of it working out are already not good.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I believe there's this term called divine misdirection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you think you're directed towards something, but then something happens where like they do like 1 foot out the door or something. So that's like a misdirection that's more beneficial towards you because it's like letting you know like, okay, this is shifting somewhere else.
Yeah.
Let it shift. Like it's like there's also a law of resistance, like, or you know, where if you resist something, it just grows stronger in a bad way.
Yeah.
But if you let it flow, what stays with you stays with you. What goes, let it go.
Yeah.
And like, if you vibrate on that level, like life will become much easier for you. Like, I mean, for everyone, you know, just me.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, man.
And we learn from it. Like the pains that we've had when we were younger, like where we held on to things, we look back and we're like, it's not worth it. Like what? Like why?
Yeah, when you look back, it's like that wasn't like there was this. So I got started doing. So I do like the aerial stuff, like the Cirque du Soleil stuff. And the reason I got started is because like I went out on like a date or two with this one girl that I was like really hyping up about.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, I'm not interested in seeing you again.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. Yeah. And I was just like, I need
a hobby for you.
Well, no, it wasn't that. This was before.
Okay.
And then so I was like, I need to do something else with my time because like if I'm just sitting at home thinking about this, like it's gonna make me super sad. So I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna do this thing and like it's better to be like occupying my time with something that's gonna better me
100%.
as opposed to like sitting at home and dwelling on
100%.
a missed connection that like now looking back at it like year and a half, 2 years later, I'm like, what was I even so fucking pissed off about?
You're beating yourself up for nothing.
Yeah, it was 1 or 2 dates and it was like,
It's probably because you had like a fault, like you expected more than what resulted. Like you were like starting to create like futures, realities, and like things that could happen that never. And then when it didn't happen, it like was like crushing.
Yeah, man, that's always brutal.
Yeah. That's why you gotta expect nothing and accept everything. That's
man,
you know,
easy feeling fucking so much philosophy going on here, man. Lots of little soundbite and quotes and shit.
I listen to all that stuff. I read books and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool. We get it. You're smart. Do you ever have like? Do you know definitively in your mind? I know that you're like saying you don't really think of them as dates.
Yeah.
But worst first date where you're just like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Worst first dates.
I feel like you
know
probably
what?
wouldn't get a lot of that because you're just like, I'll just go with it.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. You know how I see it? I like to see myself as like a director in a movie, right? Like I'm a producer. Whatever I see, I'm the director, right? It's like it's a movie lens. So like everyone in my life is a character, right? So like if I'm going on a date with someone and they're terrible or something's going disastrously wrong, I shift everything towards humor. So everything is funny. Like it's used for material. So if someone is crazy, like, yo, I'll be right back, I gotta pop a squat. Like, I'm like, what? All right.
It's fucking awesome. I got a ring for you.
Yeah. Not that I'm trying to get married to them, but I'm thinking like, that is gold. Like, that's hilarious. Like, I try not to take things personally anymore. I just try to think of how funny people are. Like, like, if someone, I'm not like, oh my God, this is devastating. I never think like that.
But you've never had one where you're just like, what? This is like a waste of time or something.
Yeah, all of them.
I'm single, right?
Yeah, I'm
all
single,
been
dude. I mean, no, I'm kidding. But, like, I just don't like it when I'm with people who aren't enriching. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it when people are complaining or talking about other people.
Okay.
So that's, like, what pisses me off. Like, literally, like, I majored in production to be productive. Like, you know, like, I want everything I do to be productive because we're here for a limited time, you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we should use our time wisely. And, you know, of course, having fun. For me, having fun is productive is having fun. So, like, it's not like I'm like, no, we have to study law or something when we're on a date, you know, like, not at all. We could still do something like going to a comedy show is productive for me,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
watching a movie is even productive, you know, so it's like, but as long as it's not where we're like sitting and just talking about other people or like talking about politics, I don't think those are productive conversations, you know, like I think those are dates that go wrong where I'm dealing with someone's like about their social media, you know, like girls that are just like, oh my god, this girl, you know,
Yeah. This guy, got all these guys DMing me.
yeah, I hate that. Like, I like to say, like, this, for me, like, the less followers you have or the less active you are on social media, the more attracted I am to you. Like,
Yeah.
it's that correlation because, like, there's a sort of dis-ease that we feel when, as guys, I feel like that when there's a lot of attention that you're getting from other guys when you're dating. You know, like, I don't want her to be, like, shifted to like a guy DMing her when she's with me, like.
Well, it's because the options are ever present for them.
Yeah.
You know, even if they're on dating apps or whatever, if they've got like 20,000 followers on Instagram,
Yeah.
the odds of them getting like 1,000 messages a day from guys is like, even if they're obviously like not high quality guys or whatever.
Yeah,
but they
just, like,
know
random. But
that like their
options are full.
The options are unlimited.
Endless. So girls already naturally get a lot of attention just by being like female, you know,
Yeah.
guys are, you know. So, but now there's a digital sphere to it where like the best versions of themselves are capsulated in like a profile.
Yeah.
And like it's just open to the public eye and
Yeah.
like it's open to guys can be like, girls don't understand, like guys can be like dick in hand scrolling through their pictures, you know, and then sending them messages. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they're not, but their profile is not dick in hand guy. You know what I mean? It could be like a great looking guy with like, you know, that's what I would tell my like exes. I would tell them, I'm like, yo, you realize like these guys, like this is how I like try to like help them understand. I was like, what you have to realize is, think of guys as like horny as fuck dogs that just like all they're doing is jacking off, right? Just picture them like that. And when they say nice, sweet things to you, it's just because they're kind of like just trying to have sex with you. Like,
Yeah.
And it sounds harsh and it is an exaggeration, but there is some truth to it in a way, you know, like, cause girls be like, you know, you don't treat me as good as this guy. And I'm like, first of all, don't compare. Comparison is the biggest thief of joy.
Mm-hmm.
So like enjoy, like, you know, but so it's like, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just like
I forgot what we were talking
yeah,
about.
we were
It's
talking
like, we got so
about
far down
dates
that
and
rabbit hole.
social
and shit.
media. Yeah, and that's what social media is all about. You go
Yeah.
down rabbit holes, right? Like you go and even Morgan said it when we were talking on the show. She was like, social media. I forgot what she said, but she said like, sometimes you go all the way down to someone's social media and you stalk them, and then you end up being like on their aunt's page or something, like, you know, like at a wedding or something. Remember she said something like that? And I was just like, yeah, I mean, because it's all available.
Yeah. Dude, there's so much available.
It's so much
like,
available.
I can't even fathom what it would be like to be a woman that's like attractive on social media. Just the deluge of messages that they must get, and harassment and
Nudes.
Dude, so many
They
nudes.
get dick pics.
So many
Girls tell me
nudes.
they get dick pics
Dude,
all the time.
Fucking hook them up with that cop, bro.
That cop is sending the dick pic.
Yeah, I got nudes. Like you just show him.
Dude, the guys are sending the girls the nudes.
Yeah.
Girls are probably taking nudes too. I mean, of course they are, but
There's nudes going.
There's
Dude, I have this
everywhere.
theory, and I tried to make it into a bit, but it almost like never worked. But like, by the time our age of people are like going to become president, we're gonna see so many presidential dicks. Like no one is safe.
well, it's already started, right?
Yeah.
With Melania, like the first
That's
lady
true.
is completely nude.
Yeah, and then
There's a
like
picture of her.
And then like Trump was like fucking porn stars.
Yeah,
and shit.
fucking
It's
porn
like,
stars. Yeah,
it's gonna get so much worse, dude. Like we're gonna
I
be
hope not.
looking at the debates and be like, yeah, well, his dick looks kind of weird. Though. It's like he's got some good policies, but it's a weird dick. Man.
His dick is not as big as my dick.
His dick is un-American.
His dick is un-American. It's brown. It's brown. Okay, it's not white American dick. Dude, that's hilarious. That you should write that bit. That's fun. I mean, we'll have to see what this next presidential situation is gonna look
I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, once it's our age, like, once our generation gets there, dude, it's gonna be wild, dude. We're gonna we're gonna have some. And I used to say, like, in the bit, I was like, yeah, because like everyone that I know is like sent a dick pic. Yeah. But and then like if you haven't, I don't trust you. You're not a real American.
That's hilarious. That's your campaign slogan.
Yeah.
You haven't sent a dick pic. You're not a true American.
Yeah, I base who I'm gonna vote for in the future based off of like who has sent dick pics. You know.
It says a lot about America.
Yeah, it says a lot about me. Like I want to see all these presidential dicks. You know.
Okay.
All right.
Back to dating.
Yes. Got a couple more questions before we wrap it up, and these are the ones that I ask everybody. So cool. You're probably, if you listen to any of these, you're probably familiar with it.
Yes.
What's one thing, if you had a magic wand, that you would like to change about dating? You could change one thing. It's a tough one, man.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think what's difficult about this question, and I struggle with it, like when I think about how I would answer it, is like there's so many compounding problems that like if you change one thing,
there are more problems.
There's still there's more terrible shit that's gonna happen.
That's true. One magic wand thing that I would have to change about dating is to hold the magic wand so I can control everything about dating. You do this for me now. I do this for you now. We go here.
Oh, so you want to be like a fucking
genie,
like the villain from Jessica Jones?
I've never watched that show, but sounds like a good villain.
Nah, he had the power. Like if he told you to do something, you had to do it.
Oh, what? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a
mind control.
Great villain. Dude.
Yeah, that sounds.
The Purple Man.
That sounds like the best. Like, how can anyone stop him?
Yeah, dude. It was nobody. It was like she gained like a. Like she became I can't figure out the word right now. I'm like having a seizure right now.
She became like invincible.
Yeah, she was not susceptible to his powers anymore.
Okay.
And so then she was able to stop him. But like that's a scary fucking power, man.
Dude, yeah.
And you want to have that.
Yeah. I do. But I would change it for the good.
Yeah. Well, the crux of it was like he used to be able to control her, and then like he used it to, like basically rape her because he was like, "You have sex with me now." So maybe you don't want that.
Maybe.
Oh man, I used to think that you were a good guy, dude. This whole episode, you're like, positivity, you got the power of the mind. What would you do? Change one thing about dating? Everyone has to do what I have to do.
I would just be able to take social media out of it.
There you go.
That's what I would
take
say.
social media.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think the worst part about dating is?
Social media.
That's what sucks about like these questions. I thought they were like really brilliant questions, and then it's like
one word answer.
It's the same answer for most of them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Where it's like, what would you change? People using social media. What do you think the worst part? Social media.
Thing that I would change. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe. You have to
I gotta fucking redo that. But this last question is a little bit different, so hopefully you got a different answer for it, but maybe not. Who knows?
Social media. Before you even ask it.
What is one piece of advice that you'd like to give everybody listening about dating?
I like this question. Obviously, just be yourself. I think if you're trying to be someone else, trying to impress someone else, I know it's the most cliche thing to say, but it's so true. Like, if you do what you love, then what you love will come to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, if you love pole dancing, Joe.
Yeah. I fucking love it, dude.
It's
great.
You're gonna find a beautiful pole dancer to be your girl. Like, so it's like, you just do what you love, and you're gonna vibrate at a certain level of love. When you're vibrating with love, you're your best self, because we were all created from love. So like, if you're being yourself, you're loving yourself and you're vibrating at love. And I think that's the best time to attract someone into your life, because then you like, you know, we're like magnets where we attract things. So you'll find someone who is also vibrating on that frequency, and she'll be herself, you'll be yourself, and you know,
there you go.
Love. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, this is the part of the podcast where if you want to like promote anything, you got a website, Instagram, or anything, go for it, man.
Yeah, you can follow my Instagram, EasyMoney, with 2 Y's.
So and it's E-Z.
Yeah, easy. It's my initials. So Easy Money.
2 Y's.
2 Y's.
Dude, I always misspell it when I like try and tag you and shit.
You put EAS.
Yeah, I'm such an idiot.
It's so easy though,
I know. I fuck it up.
My real name is much harder, so Easy is like my initials. So
when I saw your real name on Facebook, I was like, damn. All right. Okay.
I'm not tagging him.
You're easy, bro.
Yeah. Elias Zoak. Easy.
There you go, man. All right, Easy. Thank you so much for doing this, man. I had a great time.
Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it. It was so much fun.
And there you go, everybody. That was my chat with Easy Money, baby. Yeah, give him a follow on Instagram if you liked what you heard, or, you know, if you want to know more about the show, you can go on datingishardcomedy.com. You can follow the Instagram at datingishardcomedy. You can follow me on Instagram at Joe Welkie. See when I'm performing and all that stuff. The Dating is Hard live show is every 4th Wednesday at Pack Theater at 9:30. And of course, Pack is a by donation theater, so that means if you have extra money to spare and can throw it the theater's way for the great shows that you see there, please send it their way. But if you can't, you're still allowed to enjoy the shows and stuff. Yeah, if you guys could, you know, if you like what you heard, if you could rate and review it, 5 stars, please do that. Share it with your friends. Tell everybody, hey, this is a really good podcast. You get a lot of insight into the world of dating, or just funny stories, you know. That goes a long way into making this podcast a thing. So let's try and, you know, make it something, you know. I'm really enjoying doing it, and I think that there's a lot of things to learn from all these episodes, and I'm really happy and stoked with how it's going so far. So, yeah. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you stopping by and giving it a listen. Whew, I am out of breath. Ooh, all right. Later.